You guys make sure you go check out Milk Bar TV. Shout out to him for putting this together. I love his compilations. He does great work on that. And he doesn't have a problem, throwing Candace's words against her, because that's what we're all here for when we're talking about debunking her nonsense. All right. So put a one in the chat when you can see and hear. Let's get to it.
This person writes, God bless you. Please be careful. Joan Rivers got killed for exposing Michelle Obama, the Hollywood secret. I appreciate that. I also know that if they want to kill you, they will. I mean, that's the truth. And that's a sad.
When did that happen? What evidence do you have that Joan Rivers was unalive for exposing Michelle Obama? She just reads this stuff and doesn't think twice about it. She doesn't vet anything. Where's legitimate, irrefutable evidence that Joan Rivers was unalived for outing or exposing Michelle Obama? Where's the evidence at? Because I want it. All the bots in the vertical chat. Hey, bots. Y'all say hello over there and play nicely. Where's the actual evidence that Joan Rivers had her life taken for exposing Michelle Obama? I want to see that evidence, Candace, because you're reading this on your platform and you agreed with it. You said, yeah. So that means you're confirming that, because you're bad at this, girl. So where's the evidence to prove it? Joan Rivers, she was what, 80-something years old when she passed? 90? She lived a long life. No. Reduce her life down to her being unalived for exposing Michelle Obama, of all people on earth. You kidding? Candace, you have to produce evidence on that. This is why no one trusts you, bro.
Michelle Obama, the Hollywood secret. I appreciate that. I also know that if they want to kill you, they will. I mean, that's the truth. And that's a sad thing to say.
So she's
but at least you'll know who did it. It was the Frankists.
I just want to be clear. If anything happens to me, blame the Zionists.
In a full year of plots against my family, and we have been in just warrior mode for so long. And I just can't even, they just won't even just let me enjoy an end of pregnancy. They're like, no. What else can we get? What else can we find? And like I said, her piece matched too much the most recent Zionist attack. There is a figurative bounty on my head. Apparently, influencers making up to $1,000 to make anti-Candace and anti-Tucker Carlson videos. The people have given us names and said, this is the marketing campaign that's paying for this, or this is the organization foundation that offered me money for this. But you have to present concrete proof. Like, I obviously am aware of the campaign is happening, but we need to actually see the email. So you have to submit the email that you received or the text message that you received to make a video about.
Whoa. So now you have to present concrete proof, Candace, but you don't ever do that. Can we go back to her saying something about content creators getting $1,000? Candace, who's paying people? You have to have evidence on that as well, because you don't understand what you're insinuating when you say that either. But when you're saying that people are being paid to relay information, you're going to have to show some evidence on that too. Or that can be defamatory, and you can be sued for that as well, Candace. These content creators can file a huge lawsuit against you because you're still not using the brain and the common sense God gave a billy goat. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You make these weird accusations on things to which you have no evidence, as Frank Turek put it. Shutting up is not something you're going to do until you're placed under oath. Like, Candace would make the ultimate opposing attorney's wet dream. Oh, man. And I say this because you can imagine her being under oath and being cross-examined and asked questions to where she's definitely going to perjure herself. Candace, it will be all too easy. Do you understand? The Macron's attorneys are smarter than you. And they're going to hem you up on that stand, girl. And we will be here to watch it all. You can't make this up.
Concrete proof. Like, I obviously am aware of the campaign is happening, but
I'm going to go back to her saying campaign that's getting paid
influencers money. Making up to $1,000 to make
I want evidence on that. How would she know that? You would have to prove that with transactions, receipts, something, emails, anything. Candace? Not your candy ass is calling you, leaving tip lines and stuff like that you're not vetting because you don't know how to do that. Saying, "Oh, I'm a content creator and someone paid me $1,000." Where's the evidence? What's the proof? I heard her say something about being pregnant. Girl, don't blame this on your
Too
baby.
much. The most recent Zionist attack. There is a figurative bounty on my head.
Oh God.
Apparently, influencers making up to $1,000 to make anti-Candace and anti-Tucker Carlson videos. The people have given us names and said, this is the marketing campaign that's paying for this, or this is the organization foundation that offered me money for this. But you have to present concrete proof. Like, I obviously am aware the campaign is happening, but we need to actually see the email. So you have to submit the email that you received.
No. You need more than emails if you're talking about someone being paid. Candace, you would need proof of a transaction. Do you understand that? You would need to see proof that money went from one person to another person. From an account to an account, Cash App, PayPal, something. You don't have that, girl. It's like the things that she needs to prove these dumb accusations, she won't be able to get her hands on. Like, scientific evidence to prove someone is born a man. Because DNA, medical records to maybe show that someone has had a sex change. Because that is a major operation that will happen in a hospital. Like, she doesn't have that evidence to support it. And that's exactly what you would need if you're talking about going to court. She could throw out there whatever she wants to the candy asses and to the bots. They'll believe whatever. The court is not for play. And if she does not agree to some sort of mediation and settlement, she will be put on the stand and cross-examined. Because that is how court works. She's gonna perjure.
Text message that you received to make a video about Candace Owens. I just want to know who specifically is behind it, so we can out that person. $10K is now the bounty for that information. Send it to tips@CandaceOwens.com. Emmanuel Macron is holding up negotiation.
Yeah, keep putting tips in her tip line that she doesn't vet. Look at that. For that bounty information, Candace, how would you know that what you're receiving is information or proof that someone was paid to put a figurative bounty on your head? Because that's the word she used, a figurative bounty. Yes, we're going back. Because this is laughable to me. A figurative bounty, not a real one.
End of pregnancy. They're like, no. What else can we get? What else can we find? And
girl,
like I said,
her
piece matched too much. The most recent Zionist attack. There is a figurative bounty on my head.
Figurative bounty. Y'all see that? To the candy asses. Do you see that word? Figurative. Figurative. That does not mean literal. Figurative. You can't make this up. Candace. You say these things like it's like a running joke. And then you get mad when we all laugh at you. A figurative bounty on your head, girl. No, Candace, you're just bad at this and you don't know what you're talking about and you don't produce evidence. Things that's tangible evidence that people can research and read for themselves. You don't produce any of that. Figurative bounty. Okay.
Apparently, influencers making up to $1,000 to make anti-Candace and anti-Tucker Carlson videos. The people have given us names.
Candace, I would do this for free, girl. You understand that? I'm doing it for free. You understand? Aside from whatever earnings I get from YouTube, sometimes I don't even remember to tell you all about the, financial support for the channel. The $25 live stream go. I forget to tell you all that. My moms have to remind me. Shout out to Laura. They have to remind me of that. I just want y'all to hit the like button. You can't make this up.
And said, this is the marketing campaign that's paying for this, or this is the organization foundation that offered me money for this. But you have to present concrete proof. Like, I obviously am aware the campaign is happening, but we need to actually see the email. So you have to submit the email that you received or the text message that you received to make a video about Candace Owens. I just want to know who specifically is behind it, so we can out that person. $10K is now the bounty for that.
You can out that person. See, Candace, this is why people said that you created this social autopsy strictly for outing people, because that's your MO. Doxing, which is a cyber crime. You dingus. Doxing is illegal. Say it with me, children. Candy asses in the box. Doxing is illegal. Doxing is a violation of federal law. Doxing is considered to be cyber harassment, a form of bullying and intimidation. Doxing can also be considered a part of bribery and extortion. If you do this or you don't do this, I won't put this information out here about you to guilt you or to shame you. Doxing is against the law. For some reason, Candace has no regard for the rule of law, so she doesn't care about doxing being illegal. She just tries to justify it. Let the lawsuits continue to rain upon her head, because her and anyone that aids in that behavior, I don't care if you're a bot or candy ass, don't care. Mommy sleuth, you can be equally named and found just as liable as Candace Owens. So you let her pull you down that rabbit hole if you want to. You'll be paying the cost for it. It's illegal. Candace, good God. No common sense God gave a billy goat, but you're talking about you've got experience on earth.
Send it to tips@CandaceOwens.com.
Emmanuel Macron is holding up negotiations to end the Russian and Ukrainian war. Unless you stop speaking about his wife. Obviously, I don't want to have on my conscience that less Christian men could have died in the East if I just shut up about something. I kind of go back in.
Candace, did you mention anything about the Christians that were being, slaughtered in Nigeria? Did she ever say anything about that? Because I don't recall her doing a video about Christians being murdered in Nigeria. I don't recall her saying anything about that. Just saying. I don't recall her saying that at all. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Leah. Nope. She never said anything about that. But she wants to talk about Christians being slaughtered anywhere else on earth. In the eyes of God, is one life more important than the other? No. We're all seen equally. So when she's out here doxing people and they're catching death threats, like the Jewish conservatives and Christians that are being slaughtered in Nigeria, people that she's showing up photos that just so happen to be students that attend a campus, that go to school, and they catch death threats. Phil Lyman. Does she care about those people catching death threats? Nicholas Ray is sitting in jail for 12 counts for sending online death threats to 3 Jewish conservatives. The head of security and his personnel that guarded Charlie Kirk, they received death threats. People are getting death threats when she says things, and she doesn't care. And I can guarantee you the candy asses don't care either. Most of them have no soul, and they're bots, so I don't care what they think. But the fact that people are catching death threats because of Candace Owens, directly because of her. Her conspiracy theories are leading to death threats, and she doesn't care at all. Candace, you are soulless.
My mind to that conversation, and I find myself wondering whether or not Trump was being directed by somebody to give me a call, and whether he was being honest with me, if it was really coming from him, if it was coming from higher up. My general perspective is that we live in a...
Trump didn't have to call you, heifer. Are you kidding? Trump didn't have to call her. Of all people, the president of the United States called you. The fact that he has your number and just called you and said, hey, can you take it easy on, calling the first lady of France a man? It's more than what the average person would get. I don't know. Trump's never called my phone number. He didn't just call everybody. You said he called you, Candace. You wore that like a badge of honor. What is her whole ordeal now with Trump? I mean, it's not like she's mad at him. It's just like she can't stand his guts anymore. Candace, you voted for him. You supported him. He called you to give you a heads up because he's out here trying to make things happen on a global scale with other world leaders. And you're out here attacking the first lady of France, and it's disturbing to the French president. It's annoying. It's like a tick. And you just won't let it go because you still have no scientific evidence to prove it. But he called you to give you a heads up. He wanted you to calm down with it. It's upsetting. You don't care about her children, her grandchildren, none of that. But the president called you and told you, can you chill out on it? He didn't have to do that. Trump didn't have to do that. Was he obligated to call her? No, I'm not MAGA. That's the thing. I'm not left or right. That's the beauty of me being me. And even I know the president of the United States calling you saying, can you calm down? Why would he do that just to mock her or something? He would not have wasted his time with calling her. He would have just been like, you know what? She just run her mouth, whatever. He called her for a reason. Why would that be disingenuous? And he called her because he felt that they had that type of relationship. She supported him. She voted for him. She wanted others to vote for her. So he felt comfortable enough to call her to say this. And now she's like, oh, it's disingenuous. I don't know if he was being honest and sincere about it. What do you mean? You can't make this up. Whether he was told to call her, he did. He called her. And that was it. She could have said, oh, okay, cool. I get what you're saying. Or she's doing what she did. She ignored him either way. So why even mention it, Candace? It just doesn't make any sense. And this is coming from somebody I'm not left or right. Trump does not pay my bills. Neither did Obama and anyone else or Biden. Pick one. So I don't owe any fealty or loyalty to a person. Just as a FYI. That's why I don't care about the bots going crazy.
A nation that is governed by the military. So I don't necessarily believe that Trump is in control of things. I can't see them wanting to make it to discovery. I just don't see that happening. I think they'll fake kill Brigitte first. But they'll be like, oh, Brigitte passed away from stress because of what Candace did. Oh, nobody can talk about her being a man anymore because Brigitte's gone. You know, this is terrible. The French press is reporting that Annie Trogno died on July 3rd and then was buried on the 15th in Amiens. And that Anne-Marie's daughter, Christine, died on July 19th and then was buried on the 25th. So that was 2 days after my lawsuit. Anyway, take from that what you...
But where's the DNA evidence to prove that these are the real people that you're referring to? You know, we get, you can't show an autopsy report or anything, but what evidence do you have, girl? Candace won't even go to visit UVU campus to retrace the steps of the shooter to see whether or not it is plausible that he was the shooter. She won't even go to the campus in person. This is why we say you don't care, Candace, because you don't go out your way to try to do any on-the-ground investigation or researching or anything. You just do a pre-script recorded video, and then you let that premiere, and that's it. That's the extent of you caring about that. But you're talking about people being deceased now. I mean, at the very least, you know, did you try to get a photo of the gravesite? We don't know who or what she's talking about. Like, no evidence to support this. Even if it seems minute, put it up. Post up the photos of the gravesite. Let's see the gravesite process. I mean, good grief, girl. You can't make this stuff up.
We're still investigating. Things are happening. Strange events are happening. It could be nothing. Who knows? It, of course, is interesting because, you know, had those two individuals.
Yeah, it's interesting because she's saying it is. Candace, you know, none of this is suspicious. There's nothing suspicious about anything you're saying. You're making it up. What we found suspicious is the fact that you won't even corroborate half of the things that you're saying with a picture or an article or something. You learned nothing from the two French journalists that are still right now. That case is still in appeal status, by the way. It's not closed. Candace, we're going to go over the court docket with the Macron lawsuit.
Have been alive. We may have liked to subpoena them.
This is ridiculous.
I am telling you to back off right now. Like right now. Don't do it. Okay? Don't you think about it. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you were that were exerting pressure. Don't you pretend to be noble now and say nice things about Charlie Kirk and think you're going to slide into his chair. Okay?
Yeah, because Candace wants that chair. Candace, don't you even think about it. Don't you even think about saying Erica Kirk's name or in the same statement she killed Charlie Kirk. Don't you even think about it. We all know you want to say it. Don't you go noble now. Don't you dare say Erica Kirk killed Charlie Kirk. We never want to hear that from you, girl. Never. Jesus Christ. Erica Kirk is the CEO of Turning Point USA, Candace. You're not. You are not his wife. You're George Farmer's wife. We're all waiting for you to go make that man a sandwich. They owe you nothing at Turning Point. And yet, somehow there are leaks there. So, to Turning Point, why don't you all become whistleblowers before you go leaking things to Candace Owens when she won't provide evidence of anything that you all might or may not be saying? Why not be a whistleblower? If things are so unethical and illegal at Turning Point USA, so all the supposed leaks at Turning Point, why not become a whistleblower where you are protected by federal law? And then that way you don't have to worry about losing your jobs like that out of retaliation or anything to that nature. Why not become a whistleblower? If you have evidence that's credible, then why not be a whistleblower? There are federal laws in place for whistleblowers for their protection. Why not do that? Make this make sense. Why sit here and leak things to someone that spreads online conspiracy theories that leads to people getting online death threats and people being outed and doxxed and cyber harassed and bullied and all these other dumb things that the candy asses in the box can't help themselves from doing because they don't know to do anything else. They don't read or research nothing. But yet you won't become a whistleblower and do it the right way. You could be a whistleblower. Go get the federal protection under the law. Oh, Candace, nothing. Nothing. I lose no sleep putting up facts and evidence that debunks her. She's not my Lord and Savior. She is not God. So for those who want to bow down and worship her, you do that at your own risk. Me? No. No thanks. I'll let you all take that idol worship yourselves. Let's get back to it.
Over my dead body, which I'm sure can be arranged. They would rather protect Brigitte, even though the whole world no longer believes that Brigitte Macron was born a female, right? But they would rather risk the entire thing coming undone than to just say, okay, maybe we took it too far. Let's get Macron out of office and put somebody else in there that we can control. They are taking this way too far. Okay?
Hey, who?
Killing people more is actually...
Candace, who is they? The French? The Jews? Who are we talking about now? The feds? Turning Point? Who's they? A combination of all? Who is they? These pronouns are going to get you in trouble. Well, I'm curious. Who is they? Who is they? I want the bots and the candy asses to respond because they speak her language. Unfortunately, we here in the Lady Luck Club, the Lucksters, people of intelligence, we don't speak code. So who is they? Can y'all just tell me who is they? Can you pause the insults for a second that you're throwing my way? Just tell me who is they. Are you all saying they is the Jews? They are the French? Who is they? Just give me one answer to that question. Tell me who is they, because you all speak her language. They who? Anyone in opposition to truth is they? They is them? No, who is they? Is they the French government? They Jewish people? When she says they, who is she referring to? I'm waiting on the candy asses and the bots to tell me who is they, because they obviously get that language. They understand who they is. Somebody said they is them. Jews, Sam's, French. Is that it? People like me. Oh. Oh no. They is you. They is me. Oh, okay, got it. She doesn't know, obviously. I'm asking a question. Who is the they of the voices in her head? Somebody said they is me. They is you. The Jews. Somebody said, did anyone say French government here? Is it the Macrons? Does they include the Macrons? They're right wing. Love them they pronouns. Evidence right there. It's a shame that people are willing to ruin an innocent life without proof. Exactly. Candace, you kinfolk, ain't it? I don't know. Who are they? I'm asking the candy asses in the bots. When she says they, who is she referring to? Let me go back. So, because you all speak her language. I don't. We're trying to figure out who is they and who is she referring to when she says they. She's talking about French, the Macrons. She's not even giving context here. You think you're going to slide into? I'm assuming she was talking about somebody at Turning Point with this.
Don't you pretend to be noble now and say
She's
nice
talking
things
to
about
you,
Charlie
Turning
Kirk
Point?
and think you're going to slide into his chair. Okay? Over my dead body.
Who was she talking to specifically right here? Because it wasn't Rob McCoy. Was she talking to Mikey McCoy in this? Was this directly specific to Mikey McCoy? Yeah, the candy asses understand this stuff. We're trying to figure it out. But they say we don't listen. We're listening.
Which I'm sure can be arranged. They would rather protect Brigitte, even though the whole world no longer believes that Brigitte Macron was born a female.
False. Candace, you and 5 million people that worship the ground you walk on don't believe that she's a man. The rest of us are waiting for scientific evidence that you cannot produce. And at the end of the day, I'm not here to take away this woman's womanhood or motherhood. She had 3 children. Candace, were you born a man? Don't make me put up the picture of Jermaine Stewart. Candace, you've had 4 kids, and you sit here and you say someone else is born a man, and you take away the fact that she had 3 kids herself, that she has grandchildren. Would you want someone to do that to you? Why am I asking this? She doesn't care. No one believes you, Candace, except the candy asses in the box. That's it. Your cult following, they believe you. Why is that not enough? Why do you have to say the whole world? That's trillions of people. We're not going there. No, leave the rest of the world out of it. You and the 5.68 million on your channel believe it, but leave the rest of the world out of that. Because we don't. The rest of us go on facts and evidence. Scientific evidence, Candace. You asked for the blood of the first lady because you know you need it, girl. And you don't have it. Oh, they're going to crush her in court.
Right? But they would rather risk the entire thing coming undone than to just say, okay, maybe we took it too far. Let's get Macron out of office and put somebody else in there that they can control. They are taking this way too far. Okay? Killing people more is actually going to catalyze the understanding that we're all having that there is something very dangerous, something deep and dark that is going on.
So anyways, like I said, if I get killed, it's definitely Zionist.
It's like, what is this? What are you guys?
Wait a minute. If she said it was definitely a Zionist, really, Candace? The Zionists aren't French, are they? Are you including French in that? French Zionists? I'm assuming that's the thing. Candace, first you said the Zionists, now you're saying the Macrons and the French government. And someone that trained with the military. You can't even keep up with who's targeting you. You can't make this up.
It's like, what is this? What are you guys? None of this is real. How are you just coming up with these weird storylines?